Hey, what's up guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Today we have a performance review on the Nike LeBron 11 Elite. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right guys, so this is the traction pattern here, and they played pretty much identical. There was a little bit more flexibility due to all of these grooves, but overall it was nothing too significant, and in my opinion it was just kind of, you know, it was whatever. I still like the LeBron 10 traction a lot more than the 11s overall. I said that in the last review for the regular 11, and still holds true here. However, like I said, this was slightly better, not anything to where I give it a better score, but it was just a little bit more flexible, so you had more contact with the ground at all times. So the cushion itself is that removable midsole inside. It's Lunarlon and then full-length Zoom. I ended up just using the same midsole that I had originally for all the other ones, just because I don't have to break them in. But there is some break-in time required. They feel slightly mushy at first, just like the other ones. And it's basically the same setup. It feels really, really comfortable, and it's probably the best of both worlds. You got air and foam cushion all together in one, and they just play really, really nicely after the break-in period. As far as materials go, same basic, you know, stuff here. You have Hyperposit, you have Fuse, Foamposite, whatever. Then you got some TPU all over the shoe. And this is the part that I did not like. It adds a little bit more structure and support in the heel, which I thought was great. But this forefoot piece here, this midfoot piece, it just really dug into my feet, especially upon lateral movements. And I just couldn't really take the pain or pressure from it. It just really affected me in games, and I did not like it. It was really painful, and to me it was just the biggest downside to the shoe. It was a huge bummer to have that, like, you know, going into my foot at all times. As far as the fit goes, they fit true to size. They fit slightly nicer in the toe than the originals. The originals were a little bit snug and everything, but not to where I'd say like they're wide by any means. Definitely try on a pair just to make sure, because these are going to fit everybody a little bit differently due to the really rigid and stiff materials. As far as lockdown goes, that midfoot lockdown is great. All of these overlay materials really hold the foot into place, which is what they're there for, and so they do a really good job of that. Yes, at the expense of a little bit of pain, so if you can handle that, then go for it. If you can't, then, you know, it is what it is. And then a couple of things that I thought were really nice upgrades was the flap here, and this provided much greater heel lockdown than the original pair. And then these little dots here, or sticky pieces, they actually kept your foot from moving out of the shoe. It was a little hard to get your foot into it, but once you were in there, your foot was definitely not going to flop in and out of the shoe here. So I thought that was really, really great. So those two pieces were nice. Everything else was basically the same. You know, so it is what it is. Ventilation's not too bad. It's not too great, but it's not too bad. You definitely need some just because of the Hyperposit or Foamposite material. But overall, it's basically a little bit here on the medial side, a little bit on the lateral, and then a ventilated tongue, which is probably going to be hard to see, but there are vents throughout. As far as support goes, this shoe is extremely supportive. It's almost over supportive. You have a nice flat, wide, stable base here with a huge outrigger, which is definitely a bonus. I like that. The Foamposite material and the Fuse itself offer support and containment. I like that. These things here were just too much for me. If they just would have stayed in the back here, the heel ones, I think that would have been perfect. But this one right here especially just really killed my foot. The Foamposite would have been fine enough. It doesn't, you know, stretch or anything like that. So having this here to me was overkill. Then you have the lockdown wings in the back, and you know, really good heel lockdown as well. So support overall is really, really abundant. It's almost, again, too much, and for a player like myself, I don't need all of this, but some people might, especially someone like LeBron. So, you know, if he likes it, then I guess that's what counts. But for me personally, I just thought it was overkill. All right, guys, so that pretty much takes care of everything for the LeBron 11 Elite Performance Review. Overall, I'd personally just go with the regular version. You could probably find them at discounted rates now, especially compared to this guy's price tag, which is about $275. The thing that I really just couldn't handle was the plastic TPU like support pieces. They just really dug into my feet, and it was really hard and awkward to make lateral movements. So, like Mark Cuban would say, for that reason, I'm out.
Ladies and gentlemen, second thoughts on the beat.
And you know,
Big up to Lace Cadence. Been looking out for this one, man. I love hip-hop music. I just hate the ego. The politics that follow it, getting caught in it can be lethal. See, I love the community, because the community will embrace you. But when you turn your back, the community is the people that will hate you. See, everybody's striving for that same shit, to get paid and make it.